Hey, what's up, everybody? Cheyenne Perry here with the Lean In podcast, where everyone has a story to tell. It's time to lean in, listen, and learn from the stories that are shared. Let's get it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Cheyenne Perry here with the Lean In podcast. Today, we have a special guest, inspiration of mine. Before I talk more about it, I just want to give some facts about who he is. So, husband, father, speaker, rapper, creative, the GOAT of Christian hip hop, founding member of Reach Records, 116 movement, graduate from Baylor University, played track and football, loves to cook. Some people call him Chef, nickname T. Dot, loves the Lord and loves all of God's people and everyone in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tedashii Anderson, thank you so much for being on here. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm great, bro. How you doing? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, what an honor to be sharing the same virtual rooms with you. So thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
bro.
Yeah. So
Thank you, man. I appreciate that for real. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
absolutely, yeah. You've been busy, a lot going on. So I want to first talk about your roles as a husband, as a father, as a creative. I love that you use that term, creative. How do you juggle
hmm
that? How do you juggle those roles when you're on the road, when you're not on the road?
One of the things that I think about when I hear that question, a lot of times people live with this idea of compartmentalization, right? Like who I am on the road and what I do out there, I don't bring home and vice versa. And I think that's true to an extent. I think you got to live with it separate. But to me, honestly, being who I am at home while I'm on the road is part of why I can exist. The care, the burden, the excitement, the hope I have as a father, as a family man is like, this is legitimately who I am regardless. And so I bring that with me into when I travel. And when I'm at home, yeah, I don't allow road duties to come into home world, but at the same time, it definitely is a part of who I am. So I kind of try to live with the identity of who I am holistically and then prioritize what's most important. So I guess that's the bottom line of it.
Yeah, yeah. You do a good job. So, um, kids ever
Thank
miss
you,
you
man.
when you're away?
For sure, brother. Trust me. This is they and then not only miss you, but like get mad if you're not like on
Mm,
their time frame. Like, yo, man, where you been? Why you ain't around? What you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. I was traveling. And
right.
then it registers for them that, oh, he's not here, not because he doesn't want to be, but because he's got a lot happening. And that, like I said, that resonates with them, but at the same time it ends up being very much so like oh, wait a minute. He's not he's not doing this intentionally. He's just doing what he needs to do for us. And then it still doesn't register as much as you want it to for them, but it clicks enough to where they care and they're present. So
Mm,
they don't live with that anger or frustration forever.
yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. As we think about like your mentors and influences in your life, those who kind of shape who you are today, who are those influential voices who have helped shape your life today, and how so?
Mm. So, first and foremost, the primary or the initial, I'll say it that way, the initial influential voice in my life is my mom. My mom's voice is, for better or for worse, forever ingrained in my head, right? Like for better or for worse. Her words, her pleasure of me, her disappointment of me, her hopes and dreams, those are all there ingrained in. So, that's first and foremost. But then secondly would be the person who led me to Christ, my spiritual father. His name is Keenan. Keenan is definitely somebody whose words I consider often. And then from there, man, honestly, it honestly depends on the season of life I'm in. There are certain people who, when I'm being super creative, there are certain voices that matter. When I'm being a person who recognizes the need for growth or room for improvement, I'm going, okay, where do I turn? What makes most sense? And who can help me understand whatever. And so, I have mentors in my life men and women who speak into who I am as an individual, and those things matter. And then probably the other person that I think of that has a prominent voice would be my therapist. She is definitely somebody who I talk to often, and she has a very, very prominent voice in my life. So those are probably the top people.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, thanks for sharing. That's awesome. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard a previous interview with you on Reach Records, I think back in January or February, and I loved it because you hit on, I think January was Mental Wellness Month, and you had
It
stated
was. Yeah.
that in June and July are the toughest months for people as far as dealing with their mental illness. Right? There's a difference, wellness versus illness. Why do you think
Mm.
that is, as far as June and July being the toughest months for people that struggle?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I think June and July are some of the toughest months statistically because it's the time of year where people are actively out in the world. It's not winter, so people aren't just kind of hunkered down. It's not springtime, so people aren't just busy with school and work, but it's summer and people are a little more carefree, free flowing, free going. And it's honestly one of the most prominent times of the year where certain people can feel neglected, either summertime, holidays, or the very top of the year. January is the year that statistically college age individuals feel the most neglected or question their value. And then summertime, it tends to be kids, it tends to be older people, those who are not in the flow and rhythm that other people are in.
Mm.
And so, like as an example, I can be a part of a family that goes everywhere for the summertime and they travel and they do everything. And my best friend could be somebody whose family does not do that, either out of choice and preference or financial ability or whatever. And they end up being kind of alone into themselves and not feeling seen or heard or valued or connected with, and then feel neglected and then feel rejected. And the mind is a tricky thing. The mind is the backseat driver. Your
Mm.
brain makes decisions, your brain controls the body, but the mind is the backseat driver that's there telling you all kind of things that are true and untrue. And you end up having to wrestle with what is reality. And unless you can find ways to legitimately engage what is true and make the backseat driver more silent, you're not going to get rid of the mind, but you can definitely learn to silence or to quiet the mind. And I think in those moments when scripture says take every thought captive and put it to the obedient, like you end up finding yourself needing to do that often. And there are just those who may not have that ability or awareness, and they struggle. And so those months, man, tend to be some of the hardest. So we're in those months now. If you know somebody and they don't have anyone to connect with, or if they're prone to feel neglected or left alone, or if
Right.
they go through some hardship or they're dealing with some calamity, man, please reach out, please connect with them, and do so not just out of pity and fear, but do so out of genuine love and care, because life would be different if this person wasn't around, not
Mm.
just in life, but physically in your presence. Like it's just different. So
Yeah.
connect with them.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good words of wisdom. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I work with teenagers, and
Oh, amazing. Yeah, man.
yeah, it's crucial to be involved, walk with them day by day. So that's
Yeah, bro.
I appreciate it. So you're a creative. I love that you said that. So what's some advice, some encouragement for those creatives out there who maybe just started or looking to be more
Hmm.
sustainable in their lane as far as being a creative, and maybe some people don't know what that really means, but how would you define that?
Yeah. So creativity is, I think, a natural expression of human beings. I don't think that there are non-creative and creative people. There are people who are more creative, sure, but at any point, if you can formulate a math problem and then say, I'm gonna make up a new math problem, you just created something. Like there are people who just say they're not creative, and I don't think that's true. So ultimately embrace the fact that we are all creative, that you were born this way, that a creative God made his people in creation creative. But in addition to that, for those who are choosing to embody the heart, position, mindset, and vocation of a creative, I think the main thing I would point to is for you to lean into whatever it is that helps you to grow in your creativity. We tend to get into these quirks of like, I'm only creative when I feel this way, or I'm only creative when I can do it this way, or these things make me creative, but these things don't.
Right.
And yes, that's true to an extent, but you can grow, evolve, develop, and move forward. And so my hope is that people would embrace that truth, that they can grow, develop, evolve, and move forward in such a way that their creativity becomes a part of their natural expression, not just something that has to be conjured up or treated like a vocation. It really does. I'm grateful that I've been able to do something I love as a living. And at the same time, I would be doing it if I didn't make money from it. It would just be something I did because that's genuinely what I'm burdened and passionate about. And so knowing that, I go, man, just lean into it as much as possible, please. Don't just wait for the stage or wait for the microphone to be handed or wait for someone to be watching. Don't, like my kids, man. This is how I know they're still kids. Like I know when I became an adult, I still do this, but I don't do it in the same way. So it's not, we all do it, but as a kid, you don't move until somebody's watching. Wait, watch, watch, watch. Like if they're getting
Right.
ready to jump off something or go or swing, or they're getting ready to do something, like show you something, they don't want to do it until you're watching. And if you
Mm.
miss it, it's almost like whatever happened wasn't good. And I'm just like, yo, it was good whether I saw it or not, but I get it. It's better. It feels better when somebody's watching. And I'm like, nah, at some point creativity has to be because of the genuine innate passion and pursuit that's within you. And I learned to create for an audience of one watching, and for everybody else, they get to peer into something that was made. Like, that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah.
I made this because God is watching. I made this because I made this for the one true God that's watching. And the rest of y'all just get to watch what he watches, like what he's valuing, what he
Yeah.
appreciates, what he is excited about from me. The rest of you just get the privilege to see it. Like, that's amazing to me. So I'm like, yeah, I lean into the creativity I have in that regard, and I hope other people do as well.
That's good. I love that comparison to a kid because I got three girls and just happened yesterday. Daddy, look, 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 look. I'm like, I think I missed it
That's
first
right.
time. Second time, okay, I'm looking, I'm looking.
And if you miss it, it's almost for real. It's like a letdown for them. And I'm like, yo, I remember that. But at the same time, we carry that throughout the rest of our life. We're wanting people to notice us, see us, value what we value, appreciate what we appreciate. And the people we call friends and family tend to be those that can do that well and do that consistently.
Mm.
So yeah, just I've learned to be mindful of when they ask me to look, to recognize this is how they perceive how I value them. They think that my watching means that they matter to me, and
Right.
they have not yet grasped the reality that you could do everything in the world or do nothing in the world. Either way, I'm still interested in you have value.
Mm.
But it takes time to see that. So,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
honestly, for some of us, it takes into adulthood to see that. I respect it. So I'm always like, what you want to show me? What you got? What you got? So yeah, man.
You talked about in the past of your health journey, whether physically, emotionally, spiritually. Can you just share a story of recent that's kind of helped you to where you're at today as far as your
Yeah.
holistic health journey?
Yeah, man. So this ties into I released a new single called He Deserves,
Mm.
featuring Joel Barnes. My man Joel sang on the chorus. My man Zach Paradise and I produced and wrote it. And it's literally one of my favorite songs I've ever done, if not the favorite. But the
Yeah.
song says, it's called He Deserves. And the song says, He deserves better. God deserves better from us. And I think, man, it really does resonate with me how much God deserves better from us, bro. Like, he really does. And so it hit me just as a person. I was like, God, you deserve better from me than what I've been giving you in so
Mm.
many ways. Physically was, and my physical health, physical journey was a part of it. And so that's kind of where it all started. But also there's this, not to get too deep, but there is also this mental aspect. I think if we can redirect, rewire the way we think about certain things, that the journey we need to take will begin for us. And I know for me that was true. Like, I couldn't just, everybody was like, yo, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym. Man, I grew up playing football in Texas. I played sports all my life. Like, going to the gym was not new. It was almost like, it's so funny. It's almost like there are people who are not overweight, who do not understand fitness and health and training, and don't have the experience with it that I do. But because I look to be, because of society standards, because I look to be out of shape or less than, or not as involved or engaged, everybody had something to say. And I was just like, no, it's not that I don't know what to do, it's that I don't want to do it.
Right.
And I just had to keep making that distinction. It's like, yo, it's not that I don't know that tortilla chips and cheese are bad for me. It's a horrible combination, but it's that I don't want to do it, guys. And so I knew while everybody else was focused on, we got to educate him, we got to educate him, I knew, no, I have to go do the work to change my mindset and learn something new. And so I started there. So those are kind of the two things. Like, one, coming to the realization, which honestly was a mindset shift. Oh God, you deserve better from me. But then two, doing the work to change my mentality on certain things and how they connected. Like, drawing a correlation between feeling good and having a good day with the meal I ate was a very minimalistic, reductive idea of good. So you're going to boil down good and life being good by what you ate, not by what you saw, experience. There are so many other senses you have.
Right.
There's so many other opportunities in life besides having a meal. So between senses and between experiences, I had to broaden my perspective of what good meant. And it had to go to, I had to go to unlearn some things, relearn some things. I mean, listen, one of the most celebrated moments in life for every human who chooses to do so is your birthday. And what do you get on your birthday? You get one of the most unhealthiest things on earth. It is not a natural grown born thing. It is not something from the earth. It is a concocted chemistry experiment of joy and pleasure. And it is something that we dive into. 1-year-olds get what's called a smash cake, and they get to smash this cake and smash their face into it and hands, and they get, like, we've created this system. And so with a system created to maximize your enjoyment of life and correlate it with food, and then to introduce a certain type of food that is primarily addictive at the end of the day, how does anybody be healthy? Like, it's not a shock. And so I had to go and change my mindset and go, I can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. That's insanity. So so that's kind of where it all came from. And now there's just ups and downs. There are good days and bad days. And I call that being human. And for anybody who struggles with accepting the fact that you're human, then I will say, start there. Accept and embrace the fact that you're human.
Yeah.
That today you're going to have a good day, and tomorrow you won't, and the next day you will. And you'll have to figure it out, ask questions, research, and come to a choice for what's best for you. And I think most people don't make that choice. They choose to live in the experience of other people's choices. There are people who would choose for you and you live in the experience of their choice, or there are people who would choose for you and you reject their choice and you live in the experience of rejecting their choice. But very seldom do we choose for ourselves and then make a decision and lifestyle off of that choice. So I'm hoping people would choose to do that.
Yeah.
Not for me. Don't choose it for me. Choose it because you chose internally. And that's how it stays, right? That's how it sustains. If there's something that I chose and it's my idea and it's my pursuit and it's shaped for who I am, then I'm going to do it.
And I think too, you could probably touch more on it, but like with this journey that you're on, that you got a community of people who are with you on this journey. It's not just you on an island by yourself. You know, it's you got your wife, you got your friends, your mentors helping you, your therapist helping you with this journey, which is huge, because community is what God created us all to be a part of, not to be isolated humans. So
Yeah. No. All those people hate me, so I'm by myself. No, I'm just playing. I'm just
I was
playing.
like, what?
But I no, but it's a twofold thing. It's a twofold thing. I did that for the shock value. But like sincerely, yes, I have a community of people who love me, believe in me, support me, and encourage me. And at the end of the day, when all those people are not around, I still have to choose it for myself.
Mm,
And this is the thing. Other people's love of you will never replace the love for you have. Like
mm,
you have to
yeah.
still choose to love yourself enough to do what you need to do. Yes. So think about it this way. Like I love my kids no matter what. I love my kids. My kids day one. I tell everybody I did not believe in love at first sight until I saw my son born.
Yep.
Like love at first sight sounded like the dumbest thing on earth to me. I was like, so you're just gonna randomly see a person and then something's that's fake. That's Hollywood. But when I saw my son come into this world and make a sound and take a breath, instantly I was in love. And I was like, oh, I would die for you. Wait, I would live for you. Wait, I would kill for you. Like all the things came in my head and I was
Uh-huh.
like, you're everything right now, bro. Like this is real, true love. Like you got me. And over the years, none of that has changed. But no matter how much I say I love them, at the end of the day, my love for them didn't change the wiring in my brain to believe cake equaled happy
Mm,
celebration. Like it didn't change that. I had to go do the work to rewire my thinking, to change my thought process so that when I went through hard times and I wanted a happy moment, I didn't think food was going to bring it. I had to think, no, God will bring it, scripture will bring it, experiencing other people will bring it, getting out and doing something enjoyable that I enjoy would bring it. Like it won't just come from trying to relive a happy experience. And honestly, we've just been wired to think every happy moment has food attached to it. No
right.
matter what, you have a good day at church. What do? We go out to eat. You have a
Uh-huh.
birthday. What you do? You get cake and you go out to eat. You got an anniversary. What do? Get food. Go out to eat. You get desserts for your anniversary. When you are on vacation and you want to do something fun, what do? You do an excursion and then you go out to eat. Food is attached to everything we do, culturally, experientially, celebratory, and I think we've unintentionally elevated it to be synonymous with a pursuit that isn't true. Food is not always going to be the litmus test on whether or not it was a good experience.
Mm,
Sometimes it needs to be how well you connected with somebody, how much you were able to understand about yourself,
yeah.
how deep were you able to go with the Lord. And the beauty of scripture, the Bible says we have the sacraments, right? The Lord's Supper.
Mhm.
We celebrate, we honor the Lord. The Bible says, Christ said, for as often as you do this, do it in remembrance of me. But he also speaks about this meal and it not being a meal to go and to partake for the sake of the meal, but it's to remember him. The meal was symbolic of remembering and honoring him. The meal was not the focus, Christ was. And I'm
Mm,
like, man, even with the final supper he had with his disciples, the focus was back on him, not on the food. And I'm sure there was great
oh.
food. And like so much so that they reclined. The Bible says they reclined. Like it was like the itis hit them and they reclined back, right? But even in the food and the enjoyment, it was still about him. And I'm like, just like illegal substances, just like drunkenness with alcohol, too much food, and I'm no longer thinking about him. I'm thinking about my appetite, my taste buds, my satisfaction. And I had to rewire the way I think about this.
Man, that's good. It's got me thinking. That's thank you for
So
that.
so yeah, man, I definitely, no doubt, bro. I got people in my life, but at the same time, I had to change. None of them were going to be able to do the work that I could do to change the way I think about food, about celebration, about engagement, about health. None of them.
Mm, yeah, thank you. Um,
Yeah, man.
moving to music world, you're in a lot of different collaborations nowadays, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard the song with you and Mary Claire, "Never Be the Same."
Oh
Man, that
yeah.
song is
Yeah. Look at
so.
that.
I think about like a video game, like a techno, like yeah, it's hard to
Yes.
explain. But can you just walk us through what was the story or its inspiration behind?
Yeah. So the song "Never Be the Same" featuring myself because it's Mary Claire's song. Shout out to Mary Claire.
Yeah.
Mary Claire is a artist in Nashville, singer-songwriter, and her father and I are really good friends. We met. He is a person I met while touring with Mercy Me, and he actually manages them. So like he connected with me and was like, yo, my daughter has a song. She wants you to be on it. Would you be down? And I'm like, I'm there, bro. Trust me. So we did the record. And honestly, the song was for a theme. It was a theme song. The song is a theme song for a camp. And my heart was to just make the song as fun and as hype as possible for people, while also kind of reliving some of the moments from back in the day when we would do chants and stuff like that. And if you go to any summer camp, there is always a chant or a cheer somewhere. They're gonna be doing something. Wanted to add that in there as much as I could, but aside from that, bro, the song really does give me like, it's an energetic song, it's a fun song, but it's not like hype for the sake of hype. Like it really is just energetic, which you get to add the hype to it by adding your energy. So I love that it's that type of song. Mary Claire had a chorus that was phenomenal. She wrote it and thought, man, this would be a great thing for this camp. So I joined in. And then I agree with you. This is very much so a song that should be synced and added to video games and to sporting events, to a movie where there's a kid that's like trying to have this montage of getting their life together, like whatever it is. It's like this song works, bro. It's such a good song. So thank you for checking that out, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then another song too you just released, "Give It All." And what was I
Yeah,
think you
man.
touched on a little bit on TikTok, but what was kind of the inspiration behind that song too?
That's good. Well, in a completely different way,
Yeah, here we go from.
Give It All, yeah, completely different other side of the spectrum. Give It All is a record that I did kind of off the heels of my journey and struggle in life with addiction. Again, it goes back to the mindset work, right? Like we are as humans, we are prone to have addictions and prone to be caught up in things that are both surprising and also common. And we would never think that would be us until we go through something and then it's us. And so for me, I wrestled with different ways of coping with loss and grief. And my main primary things ended up being food and alcohol. And you go to some Christian circles and alcohol is completely evil and sin and you shouldn't touch it ever. And you go to other Christian circles and there's liberty and you can touch it and drink it, just don't get drunk. And you got other Christian circles that are like, what is drunk? We don't care. Do whatever you want. And so that just taught me I can't look to people for what I'm hoping for. I got to look to God. And I knew with God that there was grace, that there was openness, there was liberty. And in my hope of experiencing my liberty, as well as hope of finding good times in life, within the tension of that came the abuse of it. And Give It All is the song about my wrestle with abusing drugs and alcohol and food and being so overwhelmed and consumed by it that I find myself trying everything and still dropping the ball, still falling short. And so the song starts, it's a real story. I woke up on the ground in a public bathroom next to the toilet and knew at that moment that my life was not where it was supposed to be and I needed to change. Now, I didn't know how to change. I didn't know who to talk to because it's a very shameful thing. And so I didn't know how to really address it or approach it. I just knew that something needed to be done different. And so Give It All is the song that kind of tells that story and really does, hopefully, it also really does resonate with those who battle with addiction. Because there are people, clinically speaking, addiction is a disease. It is a thing that comes for you that you weren't aware of, that you have little to no control over because the work to fix it is outside of yourself. You can't do it all alone. And so it being categorized as a disease really did kind of give me clarity on the weight of it. So, man, I did that song for anybody who ever has struggled with gluttony or addiction or overindulgence because of pain and grief and suffering and loss. and needing to be seen, needing to feel seen, and wanting to be heard. Like I've had people say, man, I ain't helping you no more. Like I don't want to help you again. Because in their mind they're either fed up, overextended, or they are depleted and at a loss, or at the end of the day, they really don't know how to help. And so they're just like, I've done all the things I know to do. I can't do anything else, so I'm out. And I wish somebody would have said, what else can I do, instead of this is the last time I'm gonna do something. And it took friends sitting down, doing an intervention, and giving me that choice and loving me enough to pursue me. So yeah, bro, give it all.
Yeah.
And that's the song. I give it all just to fall again. Give it all just to fall again. And then in a different way, give it all really is this, like, it really is this idea of I'm giving my everything, man. I decided as a creative, I'm going to give everything I got to what I do. And for a long time, I would hide away from the fact that I sing. I would hide away from the fact that I want to do both singing and rapping. And I want to dabble with production. And I want to do all these things because the insecurity and the fear says, stay in your lane. And yet I needed to give my all to getting better. I needed to. Like, it wasn't just, oh, I'm going to give a part of me to this and we'll see if it works. I had to give everything to this. And I'm realizing with music, I hadn't done that. And so I was like, you know what? How fitting for me to do a song where I'm talking about giving my all and overcoming addiction. I want to give everything I got creatively to it. So I'm going to sing and rap and pursue it in that way. And honestly, I'm very blown away at the fact of how well it's been received. Like, and I'm looking now just because I was told at one point, and it still is, give it all. Give it all is in my top 10 on Spotify, which is crazy to me, right? Like, give it all is in my top 10 on Spotify. And it's a song where I'm singing. And I was so insecure about singing and trying to share that gift that I was like, man, I don't know what people going to say. I just knew message-wise the song needed to come out. And I knew for my own courage, I needed to put the song out. And for the response to be like this, where I'm like, wait, it's in the top 10 of my song. Wait, what? So thank you to everybody who listened, streamed, downloaded, bought, and supported this idea of giving your everything.
Yeah, man. I'm encouraged by that song. So thank you for sharing and
man,
giving more layers about that song. As we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Anything that you're working on specifically, any projects or music? I know you're dropping some singles, man, every so often, like little gifts for us listeners. But any projects or something else you got going on that you want to share?
For sure. So I am very excited about a few different things. One, I did a song called Safe to Be Me featuring Jordan Sparks. And it's my song about being a biracial kid, growing up biracial. And I ended up choosing to do and deciding to do a documentary about it as well, about that experience. And so I'm working on that. I'm very excited about doing the documentary. Not only that, but I also have new music coming out. I have a new single that'll come out soon. Bro, I have so much music. And so I have a record that I did with Mercy Me, and I'm excited to have that come out.
Okay.
I'm so excited because they're really good friends. And then in addition to that, just really great people. But also there's this excitement for me because I'm just singing. Like, there is no rap. I'm just singing. And I can't wait for people to hear it. I think they're going to love it. I think it's going to bless a lot of people, man. So I'm excited about it. And then beyond that, bro, so I'm a creative, but I call myself, if you look online anywhere, I call myself a creative communicator. I believe God put my purpose in life is to be a creative communicator, that I'm here to create, to communicate, and to do both together. And so I started public speaking. I launched that platform. My website is called Tedashii Speaks, and I am excited to jump out and do, keynote addresses, panel discussions, workshops, but to partner and to use my voice in that way. I've been doing that. I've been public speaking for years. Anytime I do a concert and I go somewhere, I speak. And the beauty of it has been it's just natural to who I am. And so I'm excited to lean into that. And then in addition to that, I also started acting. And so I do voice acting. I've been doing
Okay.
voiceover for the last, yeah, man, I've been doing voiceover for the last 3 years, 4 years now. And I just started doing on camera stuff as well. And a lot of it is just, I know I'm here to be a creative communicator. I know I'm meant to be a creative. If I was asked to work in an office or a factory, I would lose my mind. I wouldn't be able to make it, bro. And I know that that's not because I'm unwilling, but it's because I know that's not what I'm made for. And
Right.
God is like, no, that's not where I would have you to shine. It would be stifling. So those are the things that I got going on, bro. I'm super excited about them. I plan to do. I had a great conversation with Lecrae recently. Another great conversation with my man Tim Ross, and all of them said, "Bro, you got to do a podcast." So I plan to do a
Yeah,
podcast at some point and jump out, man. It'll be exciting. I'm excited about it. So a lot of stuff happening, man. I'm looking forward to it for real.
man. As a fan, I'm excited. I'm getting goosebumps, man, thinking about all that stuff. So that's cool. I know
Thank you,
you.
man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I know you started a podcast a while back. So is this like a new? This would be a fresh new slate of Tedashii podcast.
Yes, yeah, very much so. This is I had a podcast a while back called The Dash,
Mm.
and the Dash podcast was primarily around the music. I don't know if I'm gonna call this new one The Dash or if I'm gonna do something different. But regardless, this will be more so a podcast about pursuing understanding and thinking critically and connecting with people as I do it. And so that's kind of the heart behind it. And then, I'm excited because I want to work with different sponsorships out there that make sense because in podcasting, so I'm a very relational person. Everything in my mind stems from or leans into having a relationship, being relational. And so I had the chance to like even these people like Urban Hydration. Urban Hydration is a black owned skin and hair company in Dallas, Texas, and they're really good people, really good friends now. And I got to connect with them, and so they love the Lord. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna support them, man, whatever I can do, and
Yeah.
so I'm excited to support them. But that built a relationship outside of just like it's not just like I'm gonna go eat dinner with them, I'm gonna hang out with the kids. Like it's not just about like, oh man, let me promote your product or let's have a relationship that is built on commerce. It's like, nah, man, y'all are people and you know the Lord. Like this is
Uh-huh.
huge for me. So I'm excited for that too. I love relationships. I love connecting with people. So hopefully those things can come out. So shout out to Urban Hydration. Yvonne and Psyche are real people, man. They're real ones. So I'm excited about connecting with other brands and building that out as well. But Urban Hydration is definitely one that I'm excited to connect with and be partnering with.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Um,
And they blessed me with some skin products, bro. Like men need to have their own skincare routine. Come on, fellas, we need our own skincare routine. No, I'm just like,
oh no, hey, you ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong. It's all good.
that's hilarious.
Uh, Tadashi, man, thank you for gifting us with your yeah, just with your presence, man, and just sharing all the different things that we talked about. Hopefully, it's encouraging and challenging for folks who are watching and listening. And so, again, tune in to Tadashi. You can find him everywhere on social media. His website for speaking engagements. Obviously, his music on Spotify and Apple. And yeah, the man is global and he loves the Lord, loves people. So um, don't miss out on connecting with him. So, Tanashi, thank you again
Mm.
for jumping on this podcast. And yeah, man, peace and blessings to you, brother.
I'm honored. Thank you, bro. Blessings to you, man. Have a good one.